안에 현재 창만에는 된저기 심축전에다 무투네네 용발라네 주란조 제수 주란조의 제수이라였어.
I rejoice that you continue. We continue our activity together. You come for continuing. I'm so happy.
딱 간다 가리이네면은 나란조 된저기 비기 친이버지 누구요네? 대 마토팔라 안에 심축시아레스.
Anyway, if we like to have like pure and long-lasting happiness, we have to be courageous and continue until we achieve it.
안에 되는 나란조 안에 다 낭쪽에 삼루탄 대비니 자발안에 통만 매식이었어. 통만 매반에 드링 펜제라 사베니 신나 누지셔버데 참마파데 뒤바데 자야다. 안에 다 안에 드링내 송데 제 자주 공부 마토발라니 되게 튠지 초사야. 뒤바장 초사 신인도 개체 모르겠어.
We say in Buddhist philosophy that we had many past lives. We had without beginning, so we cannot find the beginning. Too many past lives, so we have to thinking to purify all the kind of things negative we did in our past life and in this life. And from now on, we try our best to accumulate all the positive things we can do until we achieve pure happiness that we like.
나란조 드링네 추니야 티주야 튠지 소놈사야레스.
So when we speak about accumulating positive conditions, we're doing positive actions. We call sometimes merits or like positive energy or actions. So listening to the teaching like as we do today is one positive action that we accumulate in order to achieve happiness.
당가란족에는 쪼되는 닝제기 토네네 당간도 믹스에게는 제가 잠링 시대다는 간도 닝제기 토네다 계산 되는 셰브레스 당간족에는 닝제기 당한쇼베 셰바나신 게 닝제기 냠nen치 쇼고스.
So we spoke that in order to achieve peace, we need compassion. Compassion is very important for that. So in the same way, we will continue explanation on how to practice this compassion.
야, 근데 말은 얘기 닝제기 신도지 교고 신도의 초란족에 는 낭주라 제 몸음 자기도 선소자래 생각 몸음 자기 요만에 는 당기 쇼베 셰바나신 게 닝제기 처와되게 돼야 템버제네 닝제기 밑바치다 아니 닝제기 남바 아니 지레되게 돼야 태약치도 발는 게 닝제기 신도지 교고 되네만서 되네 꿈감만 주자기 인스.
I will do a short chanting in Tibetan language. Maybe externally, sometimes we can think that this chanting looks like what we call prayer, but actually the meaning is during we do this chanting, we are remembering the qualities, the benefits, the aspect, the way to practice compassion. So that's what we try to achieve when we do the chanting. We remember this and we try to develop this in our mind. And after the chanting, we will do short meditation, approximately 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Tombo Jomden de Dijin Jigwa Da Jomba Yang Da Wan Zong Be San Je Jigwa Dan Sha So Den Ba De Wara Jigwa Jig Den Jim Jiwon Do Wa Ka Lon Je Wa La Na Me Wa La Na Me Na Je Dong Ba San Je Jomden de Be Jiao Shak Ja Du Wa La Sha De Lo Chu Du Jia So Ju Kan De Kan Ni Zu Wa Ju Dan De Sa Jen De Bomba Dumbonde, Ngani Jigden, Dena Jojo, Dente Gawa Jola Chatel, Namda Gungan Jodu, Zuzan Wa, Yishe Jazo, Zeje Lumboda, Java Jigden Zona Langewa, Bombo Joni Jola Jadelo, Tenjo Demba, Jimin Daveje, Tendo Java Jola Jadelo, Duje Juna, Seva Sumante, Nyami Jiji Jola. Cha Zelo Gombo Duje Jeden Ba Tam Je Jimbe Dong Ba Bo Sono Yonde Jazo Jin Dijin Jila Cha De Lo Da We Du Cha Je Wa Ju Kewe Nge Zon Len Du Jin Je Du Do Do Yurujo la ja zen ondro ne drove la yang don la va da la rabde ne Jinge damba yonde de gindu la yang ja de lo tikba je yang me ja jin kya pusun zogba je Range semne yong son do dene sanje temba yin kama rare mamita Yuma sewa chubu da melon lo da jinda bu tuje chuna te tarata Sonom diye danje zikwa yin gomba dono junje dadune Kada nadan chive lap chube sive tsole drowa drowa yo Sanje judan zoje janan la janjo badu dane janzo je dage jinzo je ve sonom je rola benje sanje druba yo Simje damje dewa deve judan demba juje simje damje dunge dan dunge je judan dewa juje simje damje dunge mebe dewa dan min dewa juje simje damje nyere jadan nyedan dewe dan nyala neva Juroje Jonje Magu Gundo Ganzo San Jenje Ula Tuje Jenje Rola Se Jere Sila Chade Lo Mani Beme Hu Mani Beme Hu O Mani Beme Long way you la you yi ji yang da dong la zi jin zhi wa xin ne la dong song de zhe wei la nyu du ju la jie wa xin ji Okay. ane tanda ngege 당가란족의 계산당 드링 쇼베 셰도야게 통다리게디 아니 두두직 셰고스 데네가란자니 투바틀레시네 야고도스.
So I will just briefly continue the explanation of what we already spoke yesterday and this morning, and after we also can take some time for question if you have some.
당간족의 계산 셰도야단 드링 셰야데 저 시대 만주 곰 신의 신인의 고야체 노더버체 신의 텔 때네 아니 람텔라네 탑신이 시도발에 탑 닝제당 아니 시랍 다 주는 미네룩도별로 시랍 탑신이 거래 탑신이의 때네 제부 때네 가란도 고야게 아니 심규 투야데 시에버엘다.
So what we explained in brief is that we need at the foundation having a calm mind, which is the practice of meditation on calm abiding. And the path that we need to develop in ourselves is the path of method, or we can also call it more simply compassion, and also the path of wisdom. And through this path of practice of method and wisdom, we will be able to achieve the happiness and the peace that we look for.
당한족에 닝지고라 다 망부 시에 차버렸어. 다들 시에기면 다 주란족에 배진 양조 시에는 춘조서 짜생을 암조 차그랬다.
So compassion, we already explained a lot. So maybe if I speak again of compassion, maybe you will feel too much, you know. So I will not speak again of compassion.
암조 차그랬어.
Your ear will burn.
당에 가르치기에서는 다 닝지게 록바 닝지게 촉부대 시에고서.
So I will speak instead about the friend of compassion.
닝지게 촉부대 가르치는 시랍래. 당에 시랍 시에고서.
So the friend of compassion is wisdom. So I will talk about wisdom.
야. 단단한 쪽에 낭초 나로라 나쪽에 다 중시에도 발라 낭초 나로라 시랍스니지 시에도 와스 시랍스 등의 시송 시에지로 와스 추 시송 시 단단하게 만족 낭족 시에게 시랍스니인데 대마레스 남중 안도 직된바게 내게 미식의 통송 땅아 하고송 내 시기요 나 통송 내 고송 내 족부 납송 나 시송 가르세네 내 족부 납송신이라 내 용송신이라고 그러봐 루기 용자 지식의 용자 왕시라 때네 시야게 슈시베 시랍데 난주 시기요 말레스 단당에 시랍세야데 추남지 내룩데 덴바다 투바 어때 가르치고요. 그래서 추지 내룩 덴바데 투바데 믹시다 온실데니 신투야요 말레스
내만 주박이 개발진이.
대시고요. 그래서 대시고데 왕식이 된 온실데니 시두고 말레스.
So what I want to speak here about what we call wisdom in Buddhist philosophy is, for example, when we are talking about something that we think that we say like I understand or I know. Usually we make reference to our ordinary consciousnesses. For example, our 5 external consciousnesses, like what we see, what we hear, what we taste, and what our friend tell us. So we hear something, we see something, and we say, I know because I saw it. I know because I heard it. I know because I learned it. So this way, we base our trust and confidence and our foundation of knowledge, thinking that what we perceive with our 5 senses is true. And this way we say, I know. But what we talk here about wisdom is not the wisdom that we can achieve only through the 5 external senses. It's something that goes deeper than that. So it's the wisdom here is a characteristic or a quality that can discern to know what is illusory or wrong and what is true.
Yeah. 텐데게 추남지 내룩 타둑라보디 텐데게 제 덴바다 주마 와 투바 임바데 배신 왕식이 ene da shen tu ma res ta ding sa chen ri ba ge camera de ni yang te ka le kha bo res te ngone ge na yi shi ge chema le de ne ri ba da yom je chema le de ne to gu yo res o den de shi rab ji shi ge yo res ta nge shi rab se de den de ji shi gu yo res den de logic wa se yo res
because only through relying on our external senses, our ordinary consciousness, it will be difficult to understand what exactly is real or unreal, what is the true nature of reality. Our 5 external senses will not be able to do that. Even nowadays, for example, we have also on supplementary of our external consciousnesses, we have like example, like tools that we can use to know things better. For example, like I would say microscope or telescope or these things, you know, to know more in deeper level the nature of things. But actually to know exactly the nature of things through relying on even this kind of things is difficult to appreciate the true nature of reality. The true nature of reality has to be understood with our inner mind or our inner, or sometimes we call mental consciousness. Inner consciousness has the power to discern what is true or what is wrong or illusory, what the 5 senses cannot do.
다 된다고 다는 얘기는 닝지게 로바 시랍 생인데 간대지 구구레 세나 봐 간대지 구구레 세네 나란도 단다 기 마진이 동에 송에 강에 태니 메들 다 창마 된데 깔레 때도인데 용세 짜와데 수레세네 랑 진지레스 대인의 랑 진진데 용세게 짜와데 간에 연구열에서는 아니 나란족이 나네 배치기 뭐보드도 텐데 탐에베 나란족이 간나한테 냠바두바 진두니기 딘진지열에서 로 투바 딘지지열에서 와 딘지지열에서 로 투바 오 텐데베 딘진게 로 투바데 냠바 메바 똑베 로직라 난족이 시랍스 오 텐데지고요레스 텐데 시랍데 많이 봐도 나란조 단징게 딥 코길해 디왕게 라진징게 녀크라서 강한테 흉대고 있다. 어떤지 그렇다.
So we say that the root, the main cause of all the sufferings that we experience, all the kind of problem and difficulty that we don't want but happen, are rooted into self-cherishing mind, self-grasping mind, so the ego. This ego, when perceives things, for example, the 5 external objects of the 5 senses, they will be perceived through the power of this ego as having inherent or intrinsic or independent or true existence. So this is not the case. The things don't exist in this way, but they appear this way through the power of this ego. And the way to overcome that and to be free of this false or illusory appearance is through the wisdom that realize the true nature of things.
텐데베 시랍데 초란졸라 단다 유베스 데 유베니 빼마스야 보여레스 데네네 데네게 뎀바두바 짐베 로투바 데 메바 또인두발라 뎀바 메바 또인두발라 란 진진테야 아니 슉충르도 아니 셴지라짐베 진진 로제용 데네 다 간다라 데네 둥에네 제투고요레스 코바니 제투고요레스 되게 로 되게 데 유베스.
So all things have no inherent or independent or true existence, but they appear this way through the power of the ego. If we have the wisdom that realize how they exist, we will see they have no independent or intrinsic or inherent or true existence. So if we can do that, if we have this wisdom, so we will easily be able to free ourselves from the ego and the self-cherishing mind and all the illusory appearances and all the problems and sufferings that we experience against our will. So do you have this kind of wisdom?
Yeah. 다 나란서 된대게 둥에 미두바체 이네야 둥에 용색 싸와도 제주 마셔브체 둥에게 싸와 매버서야게 람데 간주게 맞제브체 만도 고통 내열스 고통 세대 몽바게 고통 되는 안한도 양네 양도 둥에 양도 걸스다 어디 싫어도 그랬어.
So we all are the same because no one of us want even the least suffering. We don't want any of them. But because we don't look for the real root of these problems, and we don't find the root of these problems, the real root. So even if we don't want to suffer, we just go looks like blindly or, like not seeing properly things, and we have to face these sufferings against our will. So that's our present situation.
내가 레베스 원에 레베스 저는 삼로 양보 단다. 내 텐데지 통기도 생각한 속에 내단로거든. 텐데지 면로선 텐데지 차샤 something 도스다.
Do you feel that way? We are all like that, we don't want suffering, but we don't know how to stop that. So we have to again and again live the same kind of problems over and over again. That's how I see things. Do you see this thing this way also?
텐데선자 초란조 원에게 둥에 두기 민두나 둥에게 짜와라버데 둥에 소녀데 란진진셰 되게 뉴몽 레신의 둥에 소고요레스 텐다베 란진제 용세 짜와데 딘진데레스 텐데게 딘진데로 투바레 티 메바토베 시럽제우르스타 티 시럽제기 이네 근데 람니브르스타.
If we want that our problems and suffering stop, so we have to go to the root of the problem. The self-cherishing mind or the ego will create mental afflictions, and under the power of mental affliction, we accumulate some kind of actions and karma, and because of that, we have to face over and over again sufferings. So this self-cherishing mind itself is rooted in self-grasping mind, which is the mind that believes in a true nature of things. So if we want to stop our problems, we have to stop this mind, which is possible with the wisdom that realize absence of true existence.
네 데린 교란조라 신화국입니다. 교란조라 된대게 세자직 요아레 시에기요세 세자라고지 쌤데 된대게 님의 우세라고지 된대게 토비아직 요아레 시에기요다. 신화국임에 된대게 톱자 요아레다. 시라로 장게이네 쌤게 란시 우세와라고지 라완 토비아 요아레다. 뉴뭉네 태야 요아레다. 둥에네 태야 요아레다 시에기요스.
My objective by telling you that is not to make you afraid, is to make your mind to see looks like illumination of the mind, like the rays of the sun to eliminate, so that we see, oh, there is an opportunity. I can, if I find the proper way how things exist and the root of my problems, I can be free of all my problems. That's what I want to do by telling you that.
Oh, yeah, nanzo lagere simge ranshe wosewa timanane luwas ngege timade tanda yordas muduchigi yus timadele teya yordas lo jangne hirap jegi ine tige timade pa saya yordas dibade pa teya yordas lagi yolda.
What is said in the Buddhist text is that the nature of the mind is pure and luminous, clear and luminous, and the impurities are only temporary. So there are impurities, there are something like veiling this true nature, but they are temporary. So it means that we can remove them, and through removing them, we will be able to find the true nature of the mind, which is pure and luminous.
다 된대기 시랍데 개첨보이네 시랍데 간데 제냠네 치구레스 고 간에 쭈구레스네 고데 띵인지 신의 고주그레스 신의 랍도 뎀벨 학동 시랍기 뉴몽베 디바 디마 상마 좀바르 제네 디치두 통말라 신의 때 신의 니손에 되네 시럽 학동 제랍쇼레스 저런도 도나 시기네 곰라 도나 치고래로.
So if this wisdom is so important, what we need to do at the beginning to develop this wisdom, we need to have the concentration. As it is said, knowing that the special insight, which is the nature of wisdom, fully endowed with calm abiding, which is concentration, can overcome all mental afflictions. We should search for calm abiding at the outset. So we need to develop concentration in order to be able to develop wisdom.
다 텐데이네 텐데게 시랍 텔라 때네 ane ranju gu diba pa sambala shirab chigbo gu digire besene shirab chigbo gu digi mares shirab teya be tsawa sangbo nude tap 닝지 gu gres 라와 bene shingtela sabon yabo yobeina tsawa de yaboji shuk mebine nuba mebine yengada lomanda medoda jebu kaya mitugu marwas tenaji yenjik menjik koge chogodabode rogbadabode ene tawadabode pa jebar chiala ane tabninji gugres tini sungdu degures tini sungdu dresone ta tende tene ngaranzoge simjula shide ode toptugures tadugu shide toptugures.
So concentration at the foundation. On the top of that, we need the wisdom. Is it wisdom alone that will be able to achieve all our goals? No, we need together with wisdom, the root of this wisdom, which is compassion. Like, for example, in order for a seed to be able to grow properly into a beautiful plant or tree, it needs some conditions like the soil and all the things that will permit to the seed to grow and produce like good roots. And these roots will be able to produce good tree. So in the same way, the root of wisdom being the compassion, we need together with wisdom, compassion.
자가게 케와 아디샤신 쇼레스 딘데승 쇼레스 시랍단 제베 탑 다기 아니 시바 코발라 룽데게 대두고 말레스 야네 닝지단 제베 시랍 지보 냠네 제베 이네 아니 랑 지부 시발라 흉루그래 대인도 봐라 탑시 니 숭두 야 마체베제네 냠둘라 로그레스 시디 시네셰 람데 탑시 니 숭두데 아니 톱자데 랑주 투브레체네 아니 셈나 시데 양다식 톱야요레스 진상지.
The great Indian master Atisha says that we need to not separate wisdom and compassion, because only compassion without the wisdom will not permit us to free ourselves from the circle of samsara and to achieve happiness. And only the wisdom without the compassion will make us attain peace, but a state of peace that is individual, that cannot really be beneficial for others. So in order to be able to be beneficial for ourselves and others, we need, as we said at the foundation, calm mind, which is a calm abiding. So the importance of meditation for that. And on the path, the practice of compassion and wisdom. And this will permit to overcome all our inner hindrances and to be able to also help others.
Yeah. 아니 자가게 다 심조른 루바 빠는 다와 타고 신셔래 디인데 송셔래세 군접 디니 탑 닝제 군접 디니 시양 까부 제주와 낭베 제보디니 기본 낭바이 든두 다르네 개벨룽지 슉도기 되네 다야 연된자주 아니 파루든로 된데게 마란족이 코알라 룽데닝게 마릭베 왕기 디발라 룽데니 칭데니데 코와샤네 디파 제발라 빼 잘라 쇼바니데 룽라 다르네 타이자도 파루든로발라 타로 토발라 오 텐데기 탑시니 숭두 델스 빼샤쇼레스 군주디니 시양가부 예주방 항베제보드니 기본 낭바이 눈도 다네 개벨룽지 쇽덥지 자와연된자도 파르초드로스.
So there is an example also given by the great Indian scholar Chandrakirti, who's comparing the king of the swans, who will lead the other swans, and who will travel to the other shore of the ocean. So here the ocean is compared to the ocean of suffering that all sentient beings are in. The king of the swan represents the one who will lead others out of this ocean of sufferings. And how is doing that? Through the power of the wind and his two wings. So the two wings here are related to the double path of compassion and wisdom. So through the power of that, he will be able to achieve his goals and also to lead others to this goal.
Yeah. Dai choranzo ha kosong es sungdu degolo ba. Pene ngaranzo lo puguji gugidene baba 지고게 부구 패진 갈래 가버렸어. 아니 아마 지고게 갈래 가버렸어. 파만이 냠도 그거 봐세.
For example, is this not just in this situation, we need always the good condition. For example, if we need a baby, I think the father alone will not be enough and the mother alone will not be enough. We need both, you know.
Oh yeah. 다 드린 얘기네. 낭조게 안에 추 남기기 배 안에 저 사본다부 시랍게 돈다다 싸왔다부게 안에 닝제게 돈다데 셔야라발라 나 시라게 안에 가보중 교란조이네야 대ring대대게 고갑라바데 손무침부 사브레 엘다.
So I'm very happy that today and yesterday we could share about these teachings about compassion, which is comparable to the root of the path to happiness, and the wisdom, which is comparable to the seed of the path to happiness. So I'm so happy I could share this with you. And also, we are so fortunate to be able to listen to that and to receive some teaching about that to help us in our life.
대가제제는 니만이라 랑소체는 수수기 두바다부체니 니 랑소체는 랑생기 수니 셰기메세 조이네 산제기 숭다네 텐데기 자가기 빈디다 켜바디주게 되네 네 신이다 덴베게 네 텐데기 nen조바디주게 네 슝다 쿵룽라 때네 셰비스.
And also these teachings I share with you is nothing like from my personal creation. It's all things related to the Buddha's own words and also the explanation by the great Indian and also the Tibetan masters that explain according to the Buddha's teaching.
신이다. 덴도닝게 텐데게다 게겐다 덴주티즈다.
The commentaries and the teacher really like considers as authentic. That's following their explanation that I teach to you.
야, 근데 얘게 라비아티게디 초란족에 이시체는 디그레스. 지초그레스들. 지초그레스.
So in this way, because I follow the authentic explanation of the Buddha and the great masters, you have the possibility, you have the permission to trust this teaching if you like. You don't need to doubt. You can have trust. Even if you don't understand everything, you can still trust.
Oh yeah, 결혼도 될라 즉 독바다 태좀도네 롭종시스 태블로스 and 독바 세그레스.
If you doubt some of these teachings, so it gives you a great opportunity to go more in detail, to study and to learn more, and this way you will understand better.
Oh yeah, Is
it okay? Do you agree?
Okay. Okay,
so we can keep the left time for the question if you have. I will just let the possibility to open the mic.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi,
Yes.
It's Michael. Thank you for sharing, and the woman as well. It's been very delightful. The question that I have is enlightenment an all or nothing deal, or is it kind of like a mountain that you climb up where you get bits and pieces of light as you progress, or is it complete darkness until you're eureka enlightened?
Okay. Can you just repeat? You say the enlightenment, right?
Yeah, I was talking about enlightenment and the state of enlightenment and whether that was an end goal, like an all or nothing kind of thing. Either you're enlightened or you're not, or do you have moments of enlightenment that increase in frequency through the process of wisdom and compassion and exercising both of those?
It takes time through the stages.
Actually, it looks a little bit like if you look at the calm abiding meditation process, there is, we spoke yesterday, like 9 stages of progress, you know? So calm abiding is one state that we can achieve that is some kind of ideal. But before that, more you progress, more you get closer to this path. So all the same way also, calm abiding is something like, if we compare to the path to full happiness of enlightenment, is like a foundation level. But when we speak about the path to enlightenment, usually we explain through the mean of 5 paths. So this is a path of progressive, you know, more we progress, more we are free of some kind of disturbing states, and you know, the power of afflictive emotion will diminish, our qualities will increase. So sometimes we can have like special experiences, but these are not, you know, like the progress has to be made also very progressively. So there will be like more and more understanding, more we progress on the path. So when we achieve full enlightenment, so we say this way, we can really be beneficial for others and ourselves, because all the veils have been completely removed. So before we said like the mind is clear and luminous and the impurities are temporary. So when they are all removed, so this is, we call like enlightenment.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Very good.
Yeah, it's a great question. Meaning question.
Meaningful.
Meaningful, yeah, question.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, then somebody, welcome.
Yeah, anyone here or anyone?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Thank you very much for your teachings this evening, or this afternoon for yours. So I'm going to try and put this together. So once you've achieved certain levels of enlightenment, I still feel discontent and frustration with ignorance and stupidity that comes in daily life. So I feel that a good practice is to lead by example, instead of saying, oh, this is the way and that's the way. Is leading by example probably the best way to stop any discontent happening within me, instead of trying to prophesize what should be happening, you know?
Yeah, so actually, you know, like when we speak about the word enlightenment, okay, so nowadays, like we call about enlightenment and awakening, many people use this term. It looks like also meditation, many people use this term. But here in the Buddhist context, when we speak about enlightenment, it means the goal that we want to achieve. Looks like when we call Buddha. So sometimes we have, like in our daily life, in our progress, we have some kind of new understanding. So this in the Buddhist context, we will not exactly call enlightenment. We will just say like we have some new understanding, some realization. So along the path, there will be hindrances, you know. So that's why.
Because we would like a collective dharma.
Yeah, exactly. Something
and there's
like,
not a collective dharma, because not everyone understands what we've learned so far, or what each different person has learned at different stages, you know, so that
exactly
it causes a bit of discordance.
Yeah, so like that, Buddha said, like, I show you the way to liberation, but know that liberation depends on you. So Buddha already achieved enlightenment, many great masters also, but we need to do also our personal.
And the question was basically, is leading by example the best way to do that? To just not tell people this is the way, to just lead by example, to just be. Is that the best practice to do that?
Yeah, sometimes.
Would you say so?
Some people we have to check. Some people sometimes they're really eager to listen, and they are really open and they are ready to listen. So we can explain. But sometimes it's better just example.
It's better to just be, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it depends on the situation. Yeah.
If you have question, no problem.
Yeah.
Nice. room, then somebody. Okay.
Thank you. Namaste.
Welcome. We are so happy you question. Meaningful, yeah. And then somebody, not shy, okay? I like to receive question, you know. This is a philosophy. Yeah, I like to share, you know, our thinking, vision, yeah. Okay.
So when I try to practice the compassion, I try to visualize, I make statements of compassion, but sometimes I don't feel it, I don't actually feel it in my heart. So should I just continue for a long time, like keep visualizing for a long time? Or what should I do in that case if I'm just visualizing, saying, but not actually feeling real compassion yet?
Yeah, so sometimes also we can also just take a break also. It's good. Sometimes we just relax and we take a break. Or also we can, maybe this possibility also, sometimes we say about compassion, but not feeling. So sometimes we go exactly to meet some people who have some problems, suffering, we help them. So this way is more real, concrete, also can be very beneficial sometimes to exactly like try to help people. So this feeling of compassion will arise more strongly.
Yeah. Welcome. Then somebody there in the Zoom. Okay.
Yes.
Welcome.
Nicole?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
It's okay. You go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Okay. I just have a question for the Lama. So from the temple that you study, from which Tibetan school, what was the legacy or the school, the lineage, I want to say?
Okay. 부 간덴셰 되는 자가 간덴 샤브레 생간족에다 이 유바다보데네 주에네 아디샤기 유바는 마도 보시고요. 그래서 말에 되네 말네 부바게 네 라마네 라마 종가파.
So I studied in the monastery in Tibet called Ganden. This same monastery also was re-established in South India. So I studied in this monastery. So if we go back to this lineage, the master who came to Tibet is called Atisha, and this follower, like a great renowned scholar, is Lama Tsongkhapa in Tibet. So I follow this lineage of teacher.
Okay. 난도 그 지단에 부배 추주라 추주 시열에 디시 창막에 남직다 미유직에 생간족에 제다 개개인으로 지 가가래 마도베 고신이 가가래 마도베 쪽에는 남지를 받아 미유디제 지바지냐레스 다 고신이라고 지 가가시레스.
So we have in Tibet like mostly like we call 4 different lineage of teacher that came from India. But actually the meaning or their practice, they are going to the same goal. It's just because they are originated from different masters, so we call them different lineage, but there are no big difference and all follow to the same goal.
Yeah, thank you so much, you question.
Thank you.
We are same lineage.
Hi, how are you?
If we go lineage, this is Zawadawo degeni jubashene sanjel tudores, sangma sanjegi and riksha diores.
So anyway, all this lineage in Tibet, if we go back to the source of this lineage, it all go back to Buddha Shakyamuni. So we have all the same lineage.
Okay, thank you. Then,
yeah, somebody else?
Hi,
yeah.
Thank you. Yes. So when we do the Om Mani Padme Hum, is it okay to mix other compassion mantras as well, like the Green Tara or something like that?
Yes. Yes, it's okay. We can do other mantra also. Yes, for sure.
Okay, and there's no specific number for when you do that Om Tare Tutare Soha?
Yes, you can do. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you can just do one for a certain amount of time, and then if you can combine them all into one.
Do this, yeah.
Yes.
You can do 100,000 of 1,000
I will. Thank you so much.
No, I joke. Possibility you can do. Yeah. Okay, then somebody.
Okay, so if we no more questions, we will do dedication to close this weekend. We are so happy, so we just do small dedication.
공룡 상보 샤샤 아니 발도 셔야 돼 제가 릭바다 통다 요도니 인구 요도니 셔 타말라 강 겨와 셔바데 원셔데 개춘부 쉬지 레이스 되는 건도 원치기 인스.
So we say it's very important when we start any kind of positive activity that we start by generating the best motivation as we can. Also during the activity we continue with the same energy. And at the end, we do good dedication. So all the things positive we did, they continue to increase.
Okay, we will do small dedicate to positive. Yeah.
Sa shi bu ji ju ji me do dang re ra lin ji nyen de jen ba de san je jin do me de bo wa yi. 这个南大军老就把说叫我工作养大喇嘛当正面去见白龙就见撒当南界用的差不多呢多些唱给公巴牛肉多有一当古鲁人那面的那个你的呀大呀米长久三角人不接马接把那接就是接叫我娘把没把空的空的白话哟长久三角人不接马接把那接就叫我娘把没把样空的空白话哟长久三角人不接马接把那接就叫我娘把没把样空的空的白话
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Welcome.
Thank you, everyone. So thank you so much for joining us for these 2 days. So we wish you all the best. Continue your also path to happiness and peace. So we hope to see you again in more activity.
One day enlightenment, we see you.
See you next week in Montreal.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.